Okay, I showed you how to do a basic close on the model, and in this tutorial, we're going to explore another approach to closing off the model. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to use the same basic commands, but we're just going to have a little bit more fun with it and create a more interesting base. Not that the last one wasn't interesting, but I'll show you how you can make that part a little bit more interesting. Okay, and we're going to start off doing the same thing that we did before. We're going to select our border edge tool, and we're going to select that border edge, make that active, and I'm going to bring that into focus here so that we can see that. And one of the things that I'm going to do is once again I'm going to use my extrude tool, and it's going to extrude that edge. I want to make sure that I turn the manipulator for the extrude tool, that I bring it back into the center, because I want everything to happen from the center. And I'm going to bring that down a little bit. I'm going to extrude that down a little bit. Let's see what happens. You can always use the G key you can use the G key to repeat a command. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit, and I'm going to uniformly scale this in just a little bit, like that. So it gives it a little bit of a soft beveled edge. And I want to do that like so. So it has like a slight bevel. Okay? And now I'm going to hit G again. And I have to once again change that pivot axis back to the center. And I should write a little hotkey to do that. And I'm going to bring this in like so. Okay. Now, for you might remember from our last tutorial that I could add a subdivision here and merge this to convert that to vertices, merge it to center, and I could get a design that had more of it would be shaped like this. It wouldn't just be flat like the other. But we're going to have fun with this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to drop this down like so. Okay. And I'm going to go back and use my scaler to flatten that out. So that's a little more flat. And let's take a look at it in this window right here. Let's bring that up, make that, and we're going to flatten that out. And we want it to be sort of like a straight line. Like that. And now we can actually rotate it a little, like so. And I'm going to hit my G key to do another extrude, and I'm going to move this back to the center, and I'm going to move this one down like so, and I'm going to also scale it out like that, and we'll rotate it around so it's flat like that. And I think I want to scale it just a little bit more, because unlike objects that you create in the objects that you create in the computer, real world objects have these physical forces that we have to deal with, and you might want to, because of the size of the top of the head and the structure, you might want a slightly wider base, and it just looks kind of looks nicer actually. I kind of like the way that looks, and I want to make sure that I'm not getting any polygonal collision here between my polys there. And that's easily fixed. And I'm going to hit G again. And we're going to pull this back to the center. And I'm going to bring these down like this. And now, if I wanted to, we're going to go through that same process that we did before. We're going to hit G one more time. And we're going to bring the pivot back into the center as we did before. And we're going to use a scaler, like so. And I like to leave this open a little bit. And I'm going to add a subdivision in here, so we have two subdivisions. And I'm going to convert my selection to vertices, just as we did before. And the last step is that I'm going to hold down the Shift key, right click, merge vertices, merge to center. I want to merge my vertices to the center. And that's going to take a moment to calculate, and we're going to be able to close off this base, create what's known as an inherent solid, and we'll have something that's perfectly set up for 3D printing. Let me pause this. And now we see all of those vertices have been merged to a single point, and this is done. And voila, it's a much nicer base. And there are so many different variations that you can create for your base design using that workflow, and it's just to show you that there's something more that's a little bit more interesting that you can create than just capping off the base. And also, if you want that kind of profile like this, so that you capture the contour of the of the Mudbox model, that you can retain that in the design, and it'll be there ready for you when you make your mold for casting. And so, using those two approaches, there are a lot of variations on this that you can do in order to create to seal off and create a base for your model, and you should have fun with it. Always remember the proportions. You want to create proportions so that it's stable, okay, so that your base is stable. And also, I could have adjusted my scales. This is a little bit wide. While I had my extrude tool, I could have scaled it in like this direction to bring that in a little bit. But I think it's more important for you to have fun with that and to really enjoy making the base. I would probably put like another element in the center here, so that wouldn't be so tight on each other in the design. But the concept and the workflow is sound. Good luck and have fun.